You seem to have made a remarkable recovery. Earlier today, you were in the throes of a very nasty virus.
Yes, well, a couple of hours in bed with you. You have the magic cure.
I only wish you thought of a different arrangement. I mean, I don't mind being with another man's wife, but to be in that man's very own bed is a bit awkward, you know.
That's funny. You haven't acted like it bothered you. I thought it was perfect.
Well, I suppose you would.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, a lot of women like the excitement of all the sneaking around in their affairs. That is why I thought me being here would give you quite a thrill.
I'm not lying here to be psychoanalyzed.
What was that?
I got somebody's here.
I thought he said Logan was in Center City.
He is. At least he's supposed to be.
Raven, it's Geraldine. Are you in there?
What am I going to do?
Answering the lady would be a start.
Geraldine, what are you doing here?
I came to see how you were feeling. Are you all right?
How'd you get in?
Well, my dear, I didn't pick the lock. Logan gave me a key.
Did he send you to check up on me?
Yes, he did. I went to see him off at the airport. He told me you weren't feeling well and that you were unable to make the trip.
Look, all sick people need is a little quiet and rest.
Can't I do any shopping for you? Bring you anything?
No, will you just go away? Don't believe this. I'll try to get rid of her.
Raven, you didn't have to get out of bed. I could have come in for you.
No, the place was a mess. I didn't want you to see it. Besides, it's so full of germs, I didn't want you to catch anything.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you.
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm just all stuffed up and I don't feel very well. In fact, I'm in a rotten mood.
I'd say you look remarkably well, wearing makeup.
Well, I had to put something on. I look so pale.
Did you have anything to eat?
No, I don't have an appetite.
Well, I think I should fix you something light, maybe just toast and eggs.
No, look,
Really,
Geraldine, I don't
some...
need anything. All I really want to do is just go back to bed.
What is this doing here?
Logan and I were drinking that. We were just celebrating his first campaign tour.
This bottle is still chilled.
Is it?
Ah, still not tidying up after Logan, I see.
Geraldine, I told you I don't feel very well.
This doesn't look like one of Logan's coats.
Well, it is.
Raven, is there something burning in your bedroom?
No, Geraldine, you can't go in there.
Oh, my God.
Good evening, Mr. Saxon. I thought it would be gauche of me to hide in the closet.
I rather wish you had.
Geraldine, look, you don't understand.
No, you're wrong, Raven. I understand perfectly.
So what are you gonna do? Go run and call Logan so he can come here and throw his wife out the window?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can mind your own damn business. Look, don't ruin my marriage. Please don't tell Logan.
No. I'm not going to tell Logan. It would break his heart. And I'm not going to be the one to inflict that kind of pain on Logan.
You're a very kind woman.
Do I have your word? Because if you say one word to him, your precious little family of me and Jamie and Logan and you is finished. Do you understand that? If I lose my husband, Jamie loses his grandmother. If you say one word, you will never see your precious little boy again.
You could have been a bit gentler with her.
She had no right to come barge in on us like that.
Oh, I knew it was a bad idea for us to meet here.
Look, I don't want to listen to a broken record. Did you see the look on her face when she saw you sitting in...
I thought she was going to have a stroke. I knew I shouldn't have let you talk me into coming here.
Oh, stop it. You're depressing me. I think that it's hilarious.
Hello.
Good evening, madam. I am conducting a poll to see if you intend to vote for the incumbent district attorney.
Logan.
Hello, Geraldine. Hope I didn't wake you this evening.
No. I just seem to have a little trouble trying to get to sleep this evening.
Well, just think pleasant thoughts. You'll drop right off.
Where are you?
I am in Center City at the Hotel Wellington.
Ah, and how's everything on the campaign trail?
My first speech went pretty well, although the crowd could have been larger.
Well, this is a holiday week. I'm sure there are many people still on vacation.
Yeah, and it's still early in the campaign.
And how did your meetings go with the local politicians?
Everybody is very cordial, especially when I give them your personal regards. Your name still carries a lot of weight up here. Can't tell you how much I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you, Logan? Now, I mean, is that why you called?
No, I just wanted to get an update on Raven. I'd have called her direct, but she seemed pretty ill when I left. I didn't want to disturb her.
That was very thoughtful.
I offered to postpone this whole trip, stay in Monticello until she was feeling better, but Raven wouldn't hear of it.
Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't.
It was very kind of you to stop by and check up on her for me.
Well, yes, she seemed quite surprised to see me.
Yeah? How was she?
Better than when you left. However, she was still in bed.
She need anything?
No, I think she had everything she needed at her disposal.
You know, this is the first time we've been apart since we've been married. Sleeping alone tonight's not going to be very enjoyable.
I'm sure Raven would echo those sentiments.
Well, hopefully in a day or so she'll be feeling better. She'll be able to join me.
Yes, I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a little virus.
Well, I really have no way of knowing how long it will take to get this bug out of Raven's system.
Geraldine, is Raven really sick?
Yes, Logan. Raven, I think, is very sick. More than I'd ever realized.
What?
I'm sorry, Logan. I shouldn't have said that. I'm terribly sorry.
Geraldine, what's wrong, huh? Dean? What the hell's going on?
You know, I always thought you were a unique woman, Raven. Now I'm sure of it.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't mean that as a compliment.
Well, then what did you mean?
I'm a bit worried about you. About your reaction when Geraldine caught us. I mean, you treated the whole thing as a joke. You seem to be unaware of the ramifications of this business. I mean, both of our marriages could be ruined. Logan could lose the election, and that would mean the end of a very cozy relationship for us.
Elliot, our marriages are not going to be ruined. Logan is not going to lose the election, and you and I are going to keep seeing each other.
Oh, you've lost touch with reality.
There's only one difference. Geraldine is going to be in on the little secret.
You mean to tell me that Mrs. Saxon is going to treat what she saw there as a figment of her imagination?
Oh, no. She knows exactly what she saw. She's just not going to say a word about it.
That prim and proper lady's not going to spill the beans?
Oh, no. She has too much to lose.
She has.
Yes. Didn't you hear that little chat I had with Geraldine? Didn't you see the look on her face when I told her if she said one word, she would never see that little boy again?
The child means a lot to her?
That child is the most important thing in her life.
Are you sure about that?
You can bank on it. I don't know what it is about that kid that makes everyone want him so much, but they do.
I don't know what it is about this little girl that makes everybody want her so much. But they do.
Chuck, you may be the campaign manager, but I am the candidate, and I am telling you to cancel tomorrow's rally. Okay, all right, fine. You read the speech because I'm not going to be there. My wife is sick, and I'm going home. Yeah, could you get me to the airport, please? I need to make a reservation for tomorrow morning, and I will be checking out at that time. Thank you.
God is trying to tell us something.
What time is it?
After 10.
It's so dark. It seems like the middle of the night.
It's raining. Either that or it's the end of the world. Are you afraid of thunder?
I'm terrified.
Don't be afraid, baby. You're snug in your very own bed. So am I. The idea still makes me nervous.
Just wake me up when it's all over, okay?
Hey, the telephone will wake you up. Your husband didn't phone last night, remember? He's bound to phone this morning. Are you gonna be properly miserable when he calls?
How can I be? I don't feel miserable at all.
Passengers from United Tours, please report to Gate 17 for flight transfer information.
Wellington Hotel, good morning.
May I please speak to Mr. Logan Swift? I'm sorry, I don't know his room number.
What was that name again?
Logan Swift. He's with the political group that arrived there sometime yesterday.
One moment, please. Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Swift seems to have left the hotel.
Oh. Do you know what time he'll be back?
No, ma'am. He didn't say when he checked out.
Checked out? Do you mean he's left the hotel, but I thought they were to be there for the next 2 days.
Yes, the rest of Mr. Swift's party is still here, but he seems to have had some kind of emergency at home, and he's returned there.
Well, do you mean that he's gone back to Monticello?
Yes, ma'am, that seems to be the case.
Good Lord.
Pardon me?
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, nothing at all, and thank you very much.
Your husband's a big man.
What?
His robe fits me perfectly.
Wish you wouldn't wear that thing. It makes me feel like he's in the room.
In more ways than one, most likely.
What?
Well, I'm sure your husband usually prepared his own breakfast, too.
Sure he did. I had to take care of Jamie. What are you doing? Are you making coffee?
It's almost ready.
I don't believe this. This is like we're married, only you're standing there instead of Logan. Take me away from here. Take me anywhere. I don't care. Let's go to a cabin in the mountains. Let's go to a hotel in the city. Let's go to a motel. I don't care. Just take me somewhere away from here, okay?
What about your husband, baby? You're supposed to be sick, remember?
Yeah, well, I'll tell him something. I'll tell him that I got better. Not well enough to go on the tour, but that I need a couple of days in the country.
You really think you can get away with everything, don't you?
Yes. Did you? Oh, God, I have to tell you how I managed to convince Logan that I had a fever.
How'd you want your coffee?
Cream and sugar. This is the best. Aren't I ingenious?
Yeah, I must remember that.
Hello?
Raven, it's Geraldine.
Oh, hi.
God knows why I'm doing this, but if ever a woman should be made to face the truth about herself, that woman is you. And perhaps Logan will accomplish just that.
What are you talking about?
I have just called the Wellington Hotel, that place where Logan and his staff are staying in Central City.
Oh, Geraldine, you did what?
Now, don't worry. I didn't call him to tell all. I don't have the heart for that, as you well know. I called him simply to reassure him, to say that you needn't worry about your illness, that you were all right. I had the feeling that he might have gotten the wrong impression when I talked to him last evening, and that he might be overly concerned about you.
You're so kind.
He wasn't there.
What?
I said he wasn't there, Raven. Obviously, he is concerned about how you feel. The clerk at the hotel told me that he left the hotel sometime early this morning and is on his way back to Monticello right now.
Oh, my God.
I thought you ought to know, in case you're not alone there.
Elliot, Logan's coming. You've got to get out of here right now. Are you sure he's coming here? Why would he cut off this campaign tour so fast?
There is no question, Raven. I was told that he booked a flight to Monticello, and I have no idea when that flight arrives back here.
Well, it really doesn't matter, because no one's here. I'm all alone.
I'm glad to hear it. I thought you might appreciate this warning. That's the only reason I called.
It wasn't necessary. Goodbye. Hurry up! You've got to get out of here.
Be right out. What time is Logan's plane arriving?
I have no idea.
I haven't had more than a sip of my coffee.
Oh, well, that's too bad. We've just got to get out of here fast.
Hey, listen, what am I going to do the rest of the week? I told Margot I was away on a fishing trip.
I don't know. I have to think of something. Look, like I said, I'll just tell Logan that I feel better, but not well enough to go on the tour, and then he'll go off and make some more speeches, and we can have some more time together, okay?
God, don't tell me he's here already.
He can't be. He can't be here already. Look, he doesn't have a key. He gave Geraldine the key. So I'll pretend that I don't hear him, and he'll have to go back to her hotel to get the key, and then you'll have plenty of time, okay?
Come on.
Hello. This is a surprise.
Yeah. Certainly is. I guess it shouldn't be, but it's quite a surprise.
Hello, darling. Well, how are you? Wait a minute. Don't look so stricken. I mean, you're not getting the wrong idea about this.
Wrong idea? About what exactly?
Well, look, I know how it looks. Mr. Dorn is here awfully early. Well, that's not really that early. Do you have the time, Mr. Dorn?
Mr. Dorn seems to have the time and the place.
I think it's time for me to be leaving. Well, thank you for the coffee, Mrs. Swift. I really appreciate it.
Mrs. Swift, we're all a little formal, aren't we, Mrs. Swift and Mr. Dorn? I mean, I thought we got to be good friends up in Palace Park. That is where we got to be such good friends, isn't it, Raven?
Oh, that's right. That's why Elliot came over here to say hello to the both of us.
Yes, and I was very surprised and disappointed to find that you were not here, Logan.
Oh, me too. I wish I'd have been here to greet you when you arrived. Well, I guess you're feeling a lot better, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I am. It was a terrible night. The fever was just burning me all night, but I guess I sweated it out. You know how fevers are.
Yeah, they just go so far and then they break.
Yeah, but you know, I was amazed how good I felt this morning. And then the doorbell rang and Mr. Elliot was here.
Yeah.
No, actually, you called me, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. I was on my way up north when on a fishing trip when I stopped at the coffee shop to have some breakfast. That's when I realized that who should live around the corner but Mr. and Mrs. Swift, and I thought,
Around the corner? Well, that's good news. I didn't know they'd opened a coffee shop there. I always hoped that they would.
Well, I didn't mean literally around the corner.
All right,
Mrs.
for
Swift.
heaven's sake, will you just stop standing there like an idiot and tell me what you're thinking? You're thinking that something was going on here, right? Well, you're wrong. You're very wrong. And I think that it's a very nasty, suspicious attitude to have because he was just being polite. He called me up and I told him I was not feeling well and he came over to help me feel a little better.
Just like Geraldine did last night.
I knew it! She did call you. She just had to spread her nasty little lies. Meddling old witch.
I'm sorry, but I think under the circumstances, I'd better go. Once again, thank you very much for the coffee, Raven. And good luck on your campaign trip, Logan. All the luck in the world.
Get out of here.
Okay. What's the story? Has she been telling you lies about last night?
Last night? I thought your visitor arrived this morning.
She hates me, Logan. You know that. She hates me ever since I married her precious little son. She's always wanted to get back at me because of what happened between us.
Geraldine didn't tell me one word about him. All we talked about was your health. I asked her to come over here and make sure you weren't on your death.
She was lying to you. She knew that this was the perfect opportunity to get me back.
Just
because
shut
of
up
what
about
happened
Geraldine,
between
will you?
Kevin and I.
Anything that happened here is your doing. And you're not going to lie your way out of this.
Logan, I love you. I mean, you're being ridiculous. You're the only man in my life. You know that.
Just thank God you had the decency to get Jamie over to the Scots before you started on your little party here.
I did not have a party. I was sick. I spent the whole night in there with a fever, and you know because you took my temperature.
Yeah. According to this, your coffee is getting cold. I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I'm going to check on Jamie. I'm going to make sure he's all right.
Yeah, right. That's all you care about. You care more about the damn kid than you do me. Tell me something. Just how do you expect me to be faithful to somebody who needs a baby more than he needs his own wife? And you can give me a little kiss?
Breakfast was delicious. I'm exhausted.
Honey, I've got to get going.
Oh, okay. Listen, would you please promise me that you will not work late tonight?
I'll try. I
Thank
don't
you.
know if I'll get that.
Who's that? Draper?
Hello.
It's the front door.
Oh. Logan. What the hell are you doing here?
Come in?
Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to check on Jamie. Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. I thought you were up in the boonies making speeches.
No,
Yeah, go on in.
I made my one and only speech for
Hello,
today.
Logan.
How you doing, Tiger?
What's going on? What are you doing here? Where's Raven? Was she sick?
No, she's all right. It's just I'm back in Monticello. I thought I'd come over and pick up my little boy.
Oh.
You're not going to do anything of the kind. You're not going to take my child anywhere, Logan Swift.
Now, what the hell is going on here?
No, I mean, what happened? You two were supposed to be away for a week.
We decided to call it off. We decided to call everything off.
Now, look, if you're having some sort of quarrel, maybe
No,
we...
it's not a quarrel. I'm sorry. And you know what I'm sorry for. But now we got to think about Jamie. As long as we're both here, he belongs with us.
Hey, what about me, too? I mean, remember me? I'm the one who took some time off from work
No,
to take care of
don't
the
worry,
kid.
April. That's exactly what you're going to do because Jamie is going to stay right here.
That's not necessary
That's
anymore.
what I want, and that's what I'm going to do, and I can do anything I want because Jamie is my child. You understand? He's my child, Logan, not yours.
Now, hold it. Why don't we all sit down and talk this over?
There's nothing to discuss. You're both lawyers. You know my legal rights.
Don't you be stupid about this. And for God's sake, we don't have to argue in front of them and in front of Jamie.
You don't want to argue, you can leave. But Jamie stays here.
We'll see about that.
And you can just tear up the adoption papers. Do you hear me? Because you're not going to adopt my son. So you just tear him up, Logan. You can't have Jamie. Look, what I don't understand is why you're here.
The only time I'm welcome here is when you need a babysitter, is that it?
What do you want?
I came by to see how this crisis you created for yourself has been resolved.
Mm-hmm. Well, now you know.
It was a very dangerous and foolish thing for you to do, Raven.
Look, will you do me a favor? Just say what you came to say and then get out, because I never want to see you again. You must be feeling very self-satisfied now. I always knew you were on Logan's side.
That's absurd.
That's true. First you told him what happened, then you made sure he came back to Monticello just to see for himself.
I did nothing of the sort.
You did too. I saw your face when you went in there and looked at Elliot. You were just thrilled.
I was mortified.
You were delighted, and you couldn't wait to go tell Logan the good news.
No. You're quite wrong. It was very bad news indeed, and I had no intention of spreading it.
I bet Logan told you to come check up on me, didn't he? You couldn't wait to tell him your little report.
For your information, my dear girl, the only reason Logan called me the other night was because he was concerned about your health. He was very worried about this virus you managed to get, just in time to be left behind when he went on the campaign tour.
So you told him I was in bed, but not with a cold.
No, I did not. I told him everything was all right. Yes, it's true. I was very upset at the time, and perhaps my tone of voice conveyed some concern. But I swear to you, I did not tell Logan one word about what I saw.
Do you expect me to believe that?
Raven, the only reason Logan came back to Monticello was because he was concerned about you. If I wanted him to find you in a compromising situation like that one, then why would I call to warn you about his imminent return?
Who knows? You probably felt guilty about informing on me and wanted to clear your conscience so you could go to sleep.
I care about you, Raven, and Logan, and I'm terribly worried about what's going to happen to both of you.
Yeah, well, so am I. Should have seen the look on Logan's face this morning. I'm going to have to sleep with my eyes open for a while.
I can only hope that you will find some sort of reasonable resolution.
Well, Logan will keep you informed.
And what about the baby in all this? Have you thought about that? He shouldn't be allowed to suffer just because of your foolishness.
He's at April Scott's and he'll be just fine.
He needs his parents, both his parents.
Well, Logan and I are suffering from irreconcilable differences.
Raven, whatever happens, the well-being of that baby must come first.
Look, if Logan throws me out of here, he's not going to get Jamie.
You keep him despite Logan, even if it's against the best interests of that baby?
And if you think you're going to get him, you're sadly mistaken. Because I meant what I said, that if Logan found out about this, you would never see Jamie again. Neither you nor Logan are going to get the kid, you understand?
Which means you intend to keep the child.
Don't worry. I have it all planned out. Try to call this number again in about an hour. No, all right, look, I'll just do it myself. What are you doing here?
My name's on the lease, remember?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be so proud of it. It's a crummy place. I never should have agreed to come here in the first place.
You shouldn't have made any agreements with me at all.
Look, if you think you're going to stay, forget it, because
Let's not push it. Please.
All right. You're right. It's your place. I'll go pack.
No, I've already taken a room at the law club. I just came by to get my razor and a few other
No,
things.
come on, it's your place. You stay, I'll pack. That's obviously what you want.
I don't want that. I want Jamie to have a place. I don't want you dragging him off to some hotel.
Jamie has a place. He's at April and Draper's, and that's where he's
Well,
staying.
he can't stay there forever.
Logan! Aren't you even going to talk to me?
Raven, I don't know what I would say.
Well, why don't you just slap me again?
I said I was sorry about that. It won't happen again.
Aren't you going to ask if I'm sorry?
Oh, is that the approach you're going to take? I'm sorry?
Logan, look, it was the first time this happened. It was just one of those stupid things. I just had this impulse. I don't even know what.
No. Impulse is something that happens on the spur of the moment. But you planned this rendezvous with Elliot, the convenient cold, which turns into a convenient fever just before I have to leave.
I really was sick.
That trick with the thermometer? I should have spotted that one. I pulled that on my mother when I was 12 and didn't want to go to school, but I've been to school now, and I've graduated.
All right. So I'm a horrible, rotten person. I know that about myself. But that just means I need more forgiveness. Why can't you forgive me like Kevin did?
Because I'm not Kevin, and I'm not a fool. I want out of this apartment, out of the marriage.
Logan, we have to talk now. Don't you even want to talk about Jamie?
All right, let's talk about Jamie.
All right. Don't you think your son is a little more important than your pride?
Pride? What does pride have to do with this?
It has everything to do with this because it's your damn macho pride that's making you walk out on me.
Well, if that's what you want to call it, that's fine.
Look, I mean what I say. If you do this, you are not going to adopt Jamie.
Doesn't surprise me in the least.
You're just crazy about him. You've always loved him more than me.
That's nonsense.
You really do love me. You do, don't you? Then forgive me. Please stay with me. Help me. I'll do anything you want. I love you. I do.
You don't know the meaning of the word. The only person in this world you love is... That's wrong, isn't it? I just realized that. That's wrong. You don't love Raven. You hate her.
Yes, I do. Right now, I do.
Well, how can you love somebody else if you don't even like yourself? Jamie deserves more than that.
Yeah, right. Jamie this and Jamie that. You never did marry me for me. You only married me for my son.
My son, Raven.
Well, you prove it. Because Kevin Jameson is Jamie's father, and we have all the legal documents, and you just try to prove otherwise.
I have no intention of doing that.
Don't you understand? If you do this, you will never see him again.
I've been waiting for that one.
Yeah,
I knew
well,
that was
I'll
coming.
tell him you're dead. I'll tell him you're as dead as his real father, Kevin.
Now, whether you like it or not, I have rights to that boy, and you are not going to get in the way of them.
So what, you're going to take me to court? The great district attorney is going to take his wife to court. Great. What do you think the voters are going to say when they see you walk out on your wife and son, huh? You have 6 weeks till that election, and you don't stand a chance in hell if you do that.
Do you really want this story to come out? I mean, do you want everybody to know why I walked out on my wife and son? You want that story told in open court?
You wouldn't dare.
You ever hear the phrase, unfit mother?
All right, you said you were leaving. There's your suitcase.
Oh, I'm leaving, Raven. Don't you worry about that.
Logan, wait a minute. Look, can't we do something? Why is what I did any different than what you and I did when I was married to Kevin?
It's not. And I didn't like myself very much then. I don't think I've liked myself since. You know, that's one good thing about this. It's going to be nice to be able to look in the mirror and not hate what I see. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to finish packing.
You just try to see Jamie. You just try, because you won't. I'll see to that, I swear it.
Well, I guess that's it. I'm only taking a few things, so I have to come back and get the rest later.
Look, Logan, you might as well leave it all here, because you can stay in this apartment.
You've got my phone number at the club. The only reason I'll be coming back here is to see Jamie.
Wait, you don't understand. See, nobody's gonna be here, and there's no sense in you paying 2 rents.
What are you talking about?
Well, while you were in there packing, I started thinking, and, I'm moving.
You're what?
Yeah, I hate this place, so I'm leaving, and now seems to be the right time to do it.
Well, where are you moving to?
Oh, I've got your attention now, haven't I?
Now, come on, where are you going?
I didn't know you cared about what happened to me.
I care about my son.
Ah, yes, right. Well, a son goes with his mother, and wherever I go, Jamie goes.
So what are you thinking of, moving in with Geraldine? Is that it?
Oh, no. Not with that old bag. I told her she would never see Jamie again, and I meant it.
Why? Geraldine meant you no harm. She had nothing to do with anything.
Geraldine wallowed in the whole situation. She's never had such a good little time in her life, so don't you stand up for her counselor, because it's a losing proposition. The jury has already decided.
My God, are you cruel? You really enjoy it, don't you? I think you enjoy cruelty more than sex.
Logan, Geraldine will never see Jamie again, and neither will you.
What's that?
You heard me.
But I think you better say it again anyway. Now, I know you think I have no rights to Jamie because Kevin is on record as being his legal father, but it's not that cut and dried.
So what are you going to do, take me to court?
Yes, if I have to.
Well, I hope you know a little something about the British law system.
The British law system?
Yes. I wonder if Ansel Scott will be my attorney. I bet he will. Did you know that my stepfather always had a thing for me?
Shooting off your mouth again, huh?
Not only am I leaving this apartment, but I'm leaving the country. Isn't that great? Jamie will just love being in another country.
You can't do that.
But I've already phoned London. I'm waiting for the call from the operator right now.
I thought you didn't like England. I thought your mother greeted you with the enthusiasm she would a case of the chicken pox last time you were there.
But I didn't have Jamie the last time. When I walk off that plane with that darling little boy in my arms, she'll change her attitude right away.
You can't take my son out of this country.
What are you going to do to stop me?
Nothing. I'll let immigration do that. You haven't got a passport for him, have you? Huh? And while you're getting one, I'll get an injunction. Now, I don't want to drag our cesspool of a marriage into court, but I will if I have to, and I will prove that I am his natural father if I have to. So you remember that, and don't do anything stupid. Because I'm going to fight you, Raven, wherever you are, with whatever it takes.
Raven.
Hi, Draper. Where's April?
Raven, is that you?
Hi.
You didn't come here for Jamie, did you? I just put him up to bed. You said you wanted to stay.
You don't look so worried. I didn't come here to take my little angel away. I came here to leave him for good. Oh, boy, if you two could see your faces right now, I don't know whether you're happy or sad. You look so stunned.
Well, yeah, I am. I can't imagine what you mean.
I mean exactly what I said. Aren't you happy? Honey, you've always told me how much you love my little boy. What's the matter? You just love him if he's only here a couple of hours?
Now, take it easy, Raven. You're 3 feet off the ground. You've been drinking or what?
Oh, I need a drink. I'm going on a plane and they petrify me. Well, say something. Do you want to take him or don't you? Because if you don't, I'll have to find somebody else. Now, I'm sure Geraldine Saxon would give me her millions if I would bundle up the little kid and give him to her, but I wouldn't do that for all the tea in China. Or I should say London, that's more appropriate.
Come on, Raven, now don't make jokes about this. It isn't funny.
I'm not making a joke. As a matter of fact, I don't have much of a sense of humor these days. That's one thing I hope I get back when I leave this horrid place.
Now, where are you flying?
You're not listening, Draper. I'm going to London. I've already got a ticket. I had a hard time, but there was a cancellation on the midnight flight, so I shall be flying across the Atlantic at midnight. Isn't that romantic?
Why are you doing this?
Oh, I think you know. I just have to get away from this dull, boring, ridiculous domestic life. I hate it. I didn't realize how much I hated it until Logan started this damn quarrel.
So it was Logan who started, huh?
Come on, Draper. I'm not going to clue you in on all the juicy details, even though I'd like to. No, I have to leave, and I haven't even packed yet, and it took me 2 days to pack on this trip upstate.
And you never did take the trip upstate, did you? I mean, you were sick.
Yes, well, I'm a lot better now. As a matter of fact, I've never felt better in my life because I know exactly what it is I want to do now. And the first thing I'm going to do is give Jamie to a brand new mommy. You.
Oh, my God. Raven, you're serious.
Uh-huh. And I'll show you just how serious I am. I have it all written out. Now, this may not be the most perfect legal document in the world, Draper, so you might want to look it over and improve it a little bit, but essentially, it gives you and April all rights to Jamie's care, feeding, and upbringing. Anything you want to do with him is just fine with me. And, just for good measure, I signed this too. Now this is a copy of the consent agreement that you wanted me to sign for Logan, giving him the right to adopt Jamie. Well, he can just forget that because I've scratched out his name and put yours and April's in his place.
You're insane.
Now look, you don't have to adopt him. I just did this because I thought it might help in case people question this little arrangement. But eventually, if you do want to adopt him, then it's all settled.
Raven, you can't just give away your baby like this.
Can't I?
You can't abandon your little boy.
I'm not abandoning him. I'm doing him a favor. I'm just giving him a mommy who loves him. And you do love him, don't you?
Yes, I do.
There, you see. Besides, even if I did bring him to London, my mother would love him for a little while, but eventually having Jamie and I around would just be like an announcement to the world that she was a grandmother, and oh boy, Mother would hate that.
Yeah, as much as you hate being a mother. Raven, this is sick. You just can't dump your kid like a bag of potatoes.
She wants him. Will you look at her face? Now look, I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'll just go upstairs and bundle up the little booger and give him to somebody else.
No! Can't do that, Raven.
You're going to be wonderful parents. You know, I always thought it was a crime that a lovely couple like you two couldn't have children of your own. So, now you have one. You've got what you want. I've got what I want.
What do you want?
I want to fly. Oh. But not on a plane, no, no. See, I want wings of my own. That's why I call myself Raven. See, I was the one that took that name when I was a little girl. My real name is Charlotte. Can you imagine? But anyway, one day I was sitting on the lawn and I saw this beautiful black bird with shining wings fly by. And, oh, I wanted to be that bird. It was so beautiful, so free, with beautiful black wings.